Part of the episode is about, I'm the star hockey player, and Johnny comes as the assistant coach on our team, and basically, long story short, gets the idea that I'm going to wind up dead from some sort of heart issue, failure, heart attack, something along those lines. Basically, he's trying to figure out if it's true, trying to decide whether or not he should take me out of the game, and what ends up happening is he does, and everyone's pissed and wants to beat his ass, but he ends up saving my life.
Hey, Todd, how's that hip pointer?
It's fine.
No big deal. Do me a favor, have Doc Cooper take a look at it, okay?
Really, I'm fine.
Just a precaution, trust me. You don't want to walk around one of these.
I saw the Dead Zone pilot, and it was one of my favorite pilots that I've seen in quite a few years. It was incredible. And actually, I got to see part one, and he didn't have part two when he showed it to me, so I was freaking out because I really wanted to see what was going to go on after. So basically, because of that, I had a strong interest in the show, and then this role came up, so I sort of jumped on it.
And the craziest thing is we cut the scene out of the show and he still wants to just put these things on him. That's the weird thing.
That's funny.
He's wrapped. He won't leave. He won't leave.
Chris?
No, stick my nipples. I love you.
Very odd. And action! Low power on the finger, low power on the keynote. And now hold your look, Chris. Let me just see where you fought like a bomb rock.
On Malcolm in the Middle, I play Francis, who's sort of the deviant, wise ass. Maybe he gets bored sometimes, so he comes up with schemes and whatnot. Sometimes he gets very passionate about things. And Todd's more of just your general, he's a jock. He goes to high school. He's got a girlfriend and a Camaro. He's your all-American boy. It's quite different. I don't think, there's not a lot of distinction between the two characters as far as character-wise. It's not, I don't have a crooked nose, or I don't speak with an accent. It's me, you can tell. I think their outlook on life is completely different. Well, Todd's dad doesn't like Johnny because, we've all heard strange things about him.
And I have to tell you, I don't understand how someone like you is allowed to walk the streets.
Bill.
Let alone teach at our school around our kids. You're a dangerous man, Mr. Smith. And I want you out of my house.
I think we're in a place that's not used to celebrities to begin with. And he comes in, he's got all this buzz around him, and he's also like a walking freak show. Maybe he's voodoo, who knows?
I read about you in the paper.
Quite a few people are a little apprehensive about him being there, including my father. This show's about this dude with shiny ankles, and when they cast me, they said, "Do you have shiny ankles?" And as an actor, I said, "Oh yes, of course, they're very shiny." So now, behind the scenes, before I actually go out there, I'm pre-shining them. You can't show this to them, by the way.
So in essence, you lied.
Basically, I lied to get the job, and now I gotta come up with the shiny ankle bones. So I'm using some of this ankle shine liquid skin. It's quite exciting.
You're an actor.
I don't know my lines.
Here she comes. Watch out, girl, shoot. She's a man eater. Who is many love?
So, dude, goodbye. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Ann Bennett, and I'm playing Abby on The Dead Zone. My character, Abby, lives in 1945. She's in her mid-20s, and it's during the war. She works at the Stage Door Canteen as one of the dancers and hostesses, and there she meets a dashing young fellow that she falls in love with. And they have a secret relationship because she will lose her job if they find out that she's dating anyone from the canteen.
I could lose Artie, my job at the canteen. I want you to leave me alone.
Oh, if I believed that, I wouldn't be here. Neither would you. Come on.
And then we jump forward to 2002, and I play my granddaughter in present day, which is tons of fun. The granddaughter and Abby are totally different characters. Abby is very much a product of the times, very sweet and gentle, a very warm person, and the granddaughter has become a little bit jaded. Both of them live in New York City, and you can see the different influences of the city in the different times in both of the characters. I've been in LA. I moved there in August. We left New York and drove across the country and moved to LA, and boy, it's so different from New York City. New York is such a condensed area, and it feels like such a small community, and then we got to LA, and everyone was saying they were an actor. Our mailman is an actor. Our landlord is an actor. And then, you know, you just kind of meet people on the street who say that they're actors, but they're all a little bit weird. And so, you know, you kind of don't want to tell people that you're an actor because you don't want them to think that you're one of the weird people on the street.
I just thought all the gals in here were actresses on the make, you know, looking to be on Broadway.
Some of us just like showing our support for the troops.
Yesterday we shot all our scenes at the Stage Door Canteen. My God, the set was incredible. It was done up 1940s style, and it was just like walking back in time. It was amazing, and the extras were all done in the 40s. The women looked beautiful, and the men in their uniforms. It was incredible. So yesterday was a fun day, and hard work, but God, I think it's going to look great.
Well, I was Conrad, who was an electrician who had fallen on hard times, and because of his frustration and I think his feelings that people were against him.
17 years I've been working in this township, Henry. 17 years, and all that time, haven't I done a pretty fair job of all your electrical work?
Yes.
Haven't I? So don't I at least deserve the chance to...
has voted.
After going to the bank and pleading for, you know, some slack and not being able to get it, then, you know, he decides to rob the bank.
I'm sorry.
I am too. Okay!
And over the course of the show, Johnny can see his future, of course, and the future of other people in the bank, and tries to steer a course through these alternate futures to come up with a positive outcome. We can never know the consequences of what we do. There, you know, a lot of movies and drama that's built around time travel have that as if you think, oh, I'm going to change this little flower over here, and suddenly, you know, World War III breaks out.
Henry, I was raised to never point a gun at anything I wasn't going to shoot.
I love that kind of compressed situation. I just spent my time trying to learn it and figure out where Conrad was going, trying to become Conrad, and trying to steer my little emotional course through his problem, so that I'd be sort of true to Conrad, you know, and not just playing a monster, you know, I didn't want to just make him scary or make him bad. I wanted him to be a real guy who's got a big problem, you know.
Okay, John, let's say I'm okay with it, and model prisoner, and I get out in a few years, and I'm going out the gate. Is there somebody there waiting for me?
There's a lot of care and attention that's going into that show. You know, the night that we did the graphic shot where we follow the bullet from the SWAT team guy, which is way, way, way off on some mountaintop someplace, and, you know, we're following this bullet all the way down. you know, like a ski slope to where it finally ends up. I mean, that was pretty cool. I kind of can't wait to see that stuff. So, you know, just kind of, you have to kind of get into the mind of the computer guys and sort of see it the way, you know, you have to kind of learn what their vision is, and then it's okay. You can kind of just adapt to that. It's not any harder than pretending to be in slow motion, you know. It's really interesting to be dramatically in a situation where you're acting and you kind of put yourself out onto the little edge and you don't know what's going to happen next. You really don't know what's happening next. And if you can sort of get there as an actor, you know, and sort of not give away the next step to the audience, I think that's really exciting. It's a real challenge, and it's really lots of fun to do things like that. I've done all kinds of stuff. I've done lots. I did the pilot of The X-Files. I did the pilot of Millennium. I was a regular on Millennium in its last season, which was a wonderful experience, and you know, a lot of fun. I was sorry to see that go, and I've sort of done everything.
I was given the script. Lloyd Segan called, and you know, he produced a movie I was in, Boondock Saints, and he said he had this great role. I read the script, really dug the script, got on a plane, came to Vancouver. That's the long and short of it. Greg Stilson. He's small world, big mind. He's an achiever. He's a rung climber. Won't let anything or anybody get in his way. He was raised under the strong arm of his father. Sold Bibles. He was a salesman. He's a salesman at heart. You know, ice cubes to a Eskimo. He will stop at nothing to get where he wants to go.
Is that you? Oh my God! What are you doing to my baby?
Oh, hang on, old man. Let her loose. Now we're gonna do this like gentlemen. All right? There's a rule. First one being, you keep that bitch's pie hole shut!
Gregory Stilson is someone that would be more comfortable compromising his morals than he would be compromising his status and position in life.
God as my witness.
Mr. Daisy, off you go.
Hi, Daddy.
What the hell is this? I told you to stay away from the volunteers.
She was helping me get dressed.
And you were supposed to be watching out for this kind of dumb crap.
The reason the Dead Zone is such a success is something that I can't pinpoint. Because, and it's not to say that I don't think it's a great show. I do think it's a great show, but the majority of the shows that I find great end up having no ratings. So why this has ratings, I can't begin to tell you. I have no idea. Most quality shows end up bombing. Most good shows are, you know, here for 2 months. And most of the crap you see, or at least that I see, is, you know, top-rated stuff. I can't figure it out to save my life. You know, the only thing I can do is stay true to me. You know, things that interest me. I read a script, I either like it or I don't. And to be honest, I don't care if it's TV, film, or if some philanthropist came and said, hey, I'm going to make this movie and send it to Zimbabwe and project it on the side of a dirt hill for all of them to enjoy. If the material's good, I'll do it. I want to be a part of good, you know, pieces of art. And that's what, you know, kind of dictates whether or not I'm going to do it. I think I've worn a suit and tie twice in my film career. It's just not the role that I play. But my favorite work, to be honest, is character work. My favorite things that I've done in my whole life have been character pieces. They're not the leading man, smiley hero stuff. To me, I do that, but it can get boring, and especially if it's a TV series where it's every day for potentially, you know, 7 years. My God, you know, speaking the way that you normally speak and dressing the way you normally dress, and it's just regurgitated you. I don't think I could handle that. I don't know how many people are comfortable enough being themselves to let everybody else in the world see who they really are. It's much more comfortable to me to create somebody. I'm okay with somebody thinking I'm something that I'm not. I don't care. You know, as long as it's not me. As long as they don't know exactly who I am. It's just too invasive to me. Anonymity is something that I prize. So, it's my favorite roles.